Hey everybody, check it out. What's up? It's Hercules Porsche's professional intro. Yay! Hey, what's up everybody? It's Hercules Porsche, also known as Gildenlock, on Xbox Live, and I'm looking at some footage of the Blacksmith fight in Hand of Fate. I'm going through this text pretty quick because I think this might have been my second attempt on it, something like that. As you can see, we've been dealt some pretty strong enemy cards. The King of Plague, who is arguably, you know, the toughest boss, you know, one of the tougher bosses of the game, let's say. And the Queen of Scales, who's not too bad, but you have to know what you're doing. You can't play sloppily. So I've got the Huge Hammer, Feathered Ice. That was really sloppy way to open the fight, taking any hit from one of those Queen of Scales peons. And I ran into that boulder really briefly there. But my main concern is the King of Plague. Obviously, what I really don't want. You can see that teleport move he does. There's a chance he could land on me. And he just has so many brutal moves, I have to be really careful with him. His regular strikes I need to avoid. His teleport move I absolutely need to avoid. That pretty much, if he lands on me with that teleport move, I'm completely done. And I'm just running circles because I don't want either of the bosses to get a beat on me. I don't mess that up there, but yeah, I don't want those Queen of Scales magic attacks to land up on me. Okay, there we go. We got the token down. So now what that does is, if the Queen of Scales uses her Flame Breath attack, it'll now do collateral damage. So before, her minions were all protected from that Queen Breath attack. Now that's no longer the case. He was in an awkward place, so I couldn't. I just used the AoE attack because I couldn't quite reach him. You can hear a little bit of roasting sound there, so that's the collateral damage. Already used up 3 of my Feathered Ice, and I'm going straight for the King of Plague because I don't want. He's the biggest threat, and he's gonna gradually chip down my health every time he does one of those like Shadow Step type moves. I'm trying to kite some people into the Queen of Scales thing here. Just decided to go for a big AoE there because, you know, I could get that in there pretty quick. It's probably just going to end up overall being the most damage that I could land on them. Same idea. I decided, he is continuing to chip away at my health a little bit with those Shadow Step moves. And he does land, and no, that worked out okay. So that double roll worked out really well. But yeah, I gotta keep my focus on the King of Plague. So, I'm kind of just waiting for my AoE and maybe some collateral damage from the Queen of Scales here. Running right past the Queen of Scales was what stimulated that Flame Breath attack. But yeah, this does take place in. I've gone through so much. It's been so much time since I went through all this Warlord stuff that I kind of lost track of which card unlocks which. I should have done this video sooner because I got to give you more tips on the whole line. Unfortunately, took a little damage there from King of Plague, just a regular strike. And the King of Plague is finally down, but So I'm a lot less concerned about things now. I figure it's pretty simple at this point. Unfortunately, a really badly timed AoE meant I took another hit from the Queen of Scales. Unfortunately, yeah, it didn't hit the edge of that flame, so I'm down to 1 health, but it just... Alright, so I just literally just need to Y to get through this. I've sped through the footage. I took a couple dumb risks to speed this up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know why my life started at 75. It was probably the pain cards dealt just before this fight starts. And there we go, finishing things off with the AoE from the huge hammer. And yeah, so as you can see, even with the best weapon and a pretty good artifact, that fight was pretty darn tough. So yeah, but that is the hardest part of the Warlord questline in terms of just raw combat. In terms of making it past chance cards, there's a lot of really brutal parts to, you know, Warlord tokens. But in terms of raw combat, you've pretty much got it. That's as tough as it gets, and definitely one of the tougher fights in Hand of Fate overall, because you won't have had everything unlocked at that point. I don't fault anyone who uses the dashboard trick for this, but there you go. I'm just gonna show you what that card is unlocked. Hopefully that'll give you guys a rough idea of where this is in the quest line. The Blacksmith Gratitude card is very interesting. I'm happy to have it in my endless mode. The Royal Treasury, you need crazy luck to get past it, but if you do, you get like a ton of things. If you don't make it past it, you pretty much ends your run. So that's everything. I welcome all your feedback on this Hand of Fate video, and until next time, I shall see you Starside.